Last weekend, I ran my first sub-ultra trail race to focus specifically on speed. I'm currently in the middle of a huge training block for my next 50-mile ultramarathon, and I'm focusing on consistently training for trail speed for the first time. So, I've been hitting 90 to 100-mile weeks in training for the past 5 weeks and putting in consistent speed workouts every week for the first freaking time and trying to stay consistent with it. I had about 80 miles of training under my legs for the week before this race. So let's see how my rusty ass ultramarathon legs did against this fast 10-mile trail race. All right, so we are at a local 10-mile trail race, and this is like my first sub-ultra trail race that I've ever done. So trying to go fast, trying to blow out as much as possible, and seeing what I could do with actual speed. So this is the first little tester of this season of if this speed training actually has been working out and is actually, worth the time. So I'm already have 72 miles under my legs for this week. So this isn't like an A race or any type of crazy race. I'm not trying to win or anything because there's a lot of fast people in this race. And I'm definitely not a fast person. So just going to see how much I can actually push it. Probably stay at like low end zone 3 for the first 5 miles and then try to push it as hard as I can for the last 5 miles because it is a loop course. So you hit it twice. So trying to see how fast I can get going, working on some fueling. I'll only probably be carrying 1 bottle with me with about 200 calories, preloaded some calories for the run. Didn't do any like crazy prep or anything like that, any crazy carb loading or anything. Had a little bit extra carbs for dinner last night or yesterday, but nothing too crazy. Made sure that I front loaded hydration just because it is humid as shit right now. The sun is behind a bunch of clouds, but it's very humid and it's about 60 degrees. So I'll be sweating my ass off. So I'm making sure that I'm carrying a 600 milliliter bottle, 200 calories, and then I pre-loaded about 1,000 milligrams of sodium. But I'm not going to be taking anything else on the actual race course. So keeping it really simple. The one thing that I am a little bit worried about is just the pollen. I have a little wheeze, if you can hear. So have a little wheeze just because of the tree pollen is really terrible in Virginia right now. And I've been hiding and just pretty much running on my treadmill. So going to see what I can do for this race and try to have some fun out there. All right, let's go. All right, 10-mile run is done. I had an average pace of like 7:40 or 7:47. Would have go a little bit faster, but I had 70 miles under my leg. No excuses. Probably could have worked a little bit harder, but I was keeping my heart rate around 175, and at the end I was getting up to like 180. So it was like a all-out effort for 10 miles, which I've basically never done except for in training. So that was really fun. It's really fun, like trying to blaze down trails up and down. So I might try to start adding a lot of those little trail races into my training plan. And now I'm just doing like a quick little cool down run. I'm supposed to get 20 miles total today. So keeping it really chill after that pretty long effort. And then maybe later tonight, I'll do a little recovery run of 5 miles or so. Keep it on the treadmill, stay away from the pollen and all that jazz. So, yeah, man, an awesome race. Felt good, stomach felt good. Got to test out my new 600 milliliter bottles and got to test out these Nova Blast 4s on similar trails to the 50 miler, and they performed well. I wasn't slipping around. There's some wet parts and bike path and mostly trail, so I felt really comfortable with the Nova Blast 4s. So I might be actually rocking these for a 50 miler in about 2 months. But overall, good race. Felt like I pushed the appropriate amount. Didn't like push too hard where I could have potentially got injured. During this recovery run, I don't feel any like little tweaks, no muscle spasms. For that whole race, I only took in 600 milliliters of water. I preloaded 1,000 milligrams of sodium. And then for breakfast, I had 2 bagels and a Red Bull. Weirdest breakfast ever, but hey, those sit in my stomach really well. And then in the 600 milliliters of water, I had 200 calories. And 200 calories of tailwind, which is about 50 grams of carbs. So I definitely probably could have front-loaded more carbs or utilized more carbs. Definitely for a 50 miler and a 100 miler. I'll probably be trying to get around 90 grams of carbs an hour so I can be topping the fluid or fuel for the whole thing. But for a little 10 miler, I was just trying to go light. I wanted to test out those bottles. And the naked belt, they do bounce around a lot more in the naked belt than the 500 milliliter bottles, but they should be good to go. So I think I came in like 10th or something. There were some burners out there. A lot of marathon people come out here and just pulling these trails apart. So I'm gonna go head over to the finish line and see what everybody's doing, head home, and get that recovery run done today.
Plays with a time of 51 seconds. Nicholas Posada